All right, good afternoon, everybody. I'm here today at Sandia Golf Course. Beautiful day out here. I'm here joined today with Mark Davis, not the owner of the Raiders, but we're here to enjoy a round of golf. But just wanted to talk to Mark about his business. Mark owns a distributing company called Yoodab, and I just want you to talk about your company a little bit, how you got started, and what kind of products you offer to the public.
Absolutely. I've been actually around since 2015, so about 10 years now. I've been wholesaling here in Albuquerque and throughout New Mexico for the duration of the last 10 years. I started out of the trunk of my car selling CBD products. I went door to door, finding out who was interested in my products. When I did so, it was right after the spice epidemic. So a lot of people were really reluctant to deal with me, being that I was coming in with this new cannabinoid called CBD. They were very tentative and very scared and a little bit reluctant to deal with me. But when I got the products on their shelf and gave them an opportunity, they started moving them right away. Before you know it, I was being referred to their entire family throughout New Mexico, selling to 10 to 20 stores in my first 6 months. I got very excited, started gaining momentum. 10 years later, I sell to 300 plus stores here in the state. I supply them with all their CBD products, all of their accessories, papers, cones, wraps, glass pipes, etc. I love what I do. My customers are awesome. I love traveling. Favorite thing for me to do is get in the car and just drive to El Paso, drive to Roswell, drive to Las Cruces, and go visit new customers, because it gives me that feeling that I got when I first started, that excitement of getting into a new store and helping a new store grow, seeing new stores open, seeing companies expand to multiple locations throughout the state, and me being a big part of that really, really makes me happy and feels like I'm doing my part to grow New Mexico, not just the economy, but also the retail setting.
Wow, Mark, that's a lot of information, man. Great. I wanted to come back to you said you started out of the trunk of your car.
Absolutely.
To me, that's the hustler mentality. Talk a little bit about the struggles of hustling out of your car and then finally getting into a building.
Hot summers, cold winters, in and out of my van with boxes, trying to get the sales, asking for the business, knocking doors, a lot of times being shut down by many stores. They were scared. They didn't know if my products would move. They didn't know who I was from Adam. Going into these stores and building the relationships is really what got me going. Getting to know these people, not just as a customer, but more in a personal relationship, has really helped me flourish in this business.
So you kept your contacts while you were hustling
Even
out
when
there.
they told me no, I became friends, and I would try to build on something. Even if I wasn't getting the sales, I would build my relationship with them and my friendship with them, which eventually would lead to the sales down the road.
That's amazing. What a great story, Mark. I mean, that's just awesome that you're flourishing. And you talked about CBD and spice. Can you give me a little bit of insight of what the difference is between CBD and THC?
Sure. So CBD is a cannabinoid that is non-psychoactive. So meaning it's not going to get you high, it's not going to make you feel any different, but the benefits that you'll receive will be long-term. So with CBD in your endocannabinoid system, it actually stacks the cannabinoids. So as you start taking it, it'll actually build the tolerance and build the immunity to all these things like anti-inflammatory, anti-cancer, anti-everything. CBD is really a miracle. It helps everyone from pets to people. People use it for anxiety, stress. People use it just to better their mood and just have an overall better quality day.
Wow, that's a lot of information, and that's interesting to know. I didn't know CBD does all that stuff. That's I'm going to have to look more into that, and I'm glad that you took the time to do this interview. And so,
100%.
what's the side effects of CBD or THC? You cover CBD, and what's the difference between the two?
I mean, some of the side effects of THC, a lot of people experience that high anxiety, that feeling, overwhelmed feeling. Some people even get sweats and feel a little bit anxious and overwhelmed. With CBD, you get none of that. Like I said in the beginning, it's non-psychoactive, but you will have the benefits internally. So you'll see the benefits growing as you take it more, as it stacks in your system. With THC, it's more of an instant high. It is psychoactive, so it's going to affect your head and make you feel, sometimes a little bit cloudy, a little bit groggy. With CBD, you get none of that. There's no hangover. There's no effects that are going to make, and no adverse effects at all that you can find in THC. CBD is a very safe alternative and something that I see growing in the market, more so than THC, even with the influx of all these dispensaries and the saturation in the market. I see CBD as a long-term growing industry. THC obviously is always going to be there, but what I see in the market is just saturation. I see CBD thriving. There are some new cannabinoids coming out called CBN, which is the cannabinoid that promotes sleep. And that is a very, very powerful one because, as you know, everyone in the United States right now is struggling with their sleep, not getting enough sleep, not getting enough rest, waking up feeling tired, going to bed too early, not being as productive. CBD can be a really good tool to help people to get better sleep, along with the CBN. can definitely help people without the adverse effects of THC, like the anxiety and stress.
All right, Mark. Well, with all that information, man, how does somebody get your product in their hands? You talked about locations and stores and the clients that you dealt with, but how does somebody, if somebody wanted to start distributing your product, do you have a website that they can go to?
You can reach me at nectarconnector@gmail.com. So it's NECTARCONNECTOR. That's also my handle for Gmail, and also my handle for Instagram. You can hit me up on either of those sites, and I'd love to help you and point you in the right direction on your journey of feeling great and being a happier, healthier person.
So you guys heard that he gave us up his website. If you guys want to just distribute or get any information, that's readily available on his website. So Mark, I'd like to thank you for your time, and we're out here going to enjoy a day of golf. We're gonna talk about our round a little bit after we play. So we'll let you guys know how we did. And Mark's wanting to play for a little bit of money. So how many strokes do you want today, Mark?
I think 4-side is fair. I'm about an 11.3 handicap. Last I saw, you're about a 2 or a 3, David. I think 4-side should be fair, and I should be able to mop the floor with you.
So what are we gonna bet?
I'd say 5-a-side. We could do a skins game, but at least $40 to $50 on this round I want to risk.
Sounds good. We'll talk to you guys later. Thank you.